Jays are independent and original. They love original ideas and theories. And although INTJs are not very popular in the general population, actually only 2.1% of the population is an INTJ. This being said, though, they appear in great numbers on college campuses and in graduate school. And this is because they use analysis and skepticism, and they love to really investigate theories and to look at the underlying principles of things. And they're going to use these analysis and skepticisms in order to really further their goals. They value competence in themselves and others, and they're going to work really hard to achieve it. When we look at their preferred learning style, we're going to see that they really want to understand an underlying principle or a theory behind absolutely everything. They love to challenge ideas and challenge authority and challenge popular beliefs even. They delight in new things and new information. But be careful, they don't just want a little bit of things. They want the meat and potatoes. They really want to understand. They want in-depth information. They are going to find many instructors of their own type, so that makes it pretty easy for them. However, they want to learn something that's going to relate to the big picture, something larger than themselves. Remember also that because they're introverted, they love that individualized, reflective time, and they're going to really prefer to take an in-depth approach to anything that has a great interest to them, any area of interest. They're intellectual, theoretical, and they like to see the big picture. Some great study tips for an INTJ is to remember not to get too rigid in your learning plans and your goals. This is something that INTJs tend to do quite often, is they love to create intricate plans and strategies in order to really be the greatest and the most efficient at learning so they can assimilate the most information as possible. However, because of that, many times they really forget to enjoy that learning process. Remember to build relationships with peers and classmates, that you don't have to just learn on your own, that people contain and have much information and would love to share it with you if you give them the chance. Read information and preview your information before you go to class. And by doing this and studying that material, you're able to really create some questions while you study that's going to help you to address the information and to really stay engaged with that information so that you can seek answers during class. Create those really strategic plans that are going to aid in learning, and look for new resources to aid in this aspect, such as Gantt charts. Use learning journals. Oh, this is a great way for INTJs to be able to use that reflective part of their personality and their learning. And remember also that they tend to really prefer that visual learner. They like to write at different angles and use different inks and different colors and highlighters. So also, when you're teaching an INTJ, make sure that you use a variety of visual information. Some other wonderful ways to help with the INTJ as they're using that visual part and to be able to organize is remember the graphic organizers and the Gantt charts. These are great ways for them to really be able to organize their information and to plan that learning experience. And then they're going to be able to really look at the information in more detail and to be able to provide and to get more information and get questions organized. They're going to love to learn in that moderately paced information, in that moderately paced classroom, and an independent environment that's going to have very highly complex information. However, don't forget structure. INTJs love structure and lots of order, which is where these Gantt charts and graphic organizers come into play. They also really like the note-taking, and a very valuable way to become a note-taker is to remember to leave a lot of space at the edge of your notes. Later, when you go over them, you can reflect and scaffold information into your existing knowledge. Cornell Notes is a great example of something that you can use. Along with that, remember that you can annotate your information. Be sure to purchase books that you can write all over. Write in the margins, write at different angles, use different colored markers, pens, Post-it notes, whatever it takes so that you can quickly recall and pull those things back out. INTJs love practical applications, and if your instructor is not providing a practical application to what you're learning, be sure to ask them. Go to office hours. Ask them there. Raise your hand in class. Ask there. Ask what the purpose is. Why do I need to learn this? Where am I going to use this again? And if you can't find it there, try searching for it. You'll be surprised what you can find. Also, review your information. Just go over it quickly. That's where the space that you left on the side of the notes is really going to help. You don't need to spend a ton of time reviewing everything. Just quickly skim over it and then mark what you might need to go back over again. I personally use a little check mark with a red marker or a pen. The other things I've used is by using a parentheses or a bracket around something that I need to do again. Remember to dig in. As an INTJ, you love to learn things in depth. And so seek for that more knowledge. Make it fun. Find more information. Find more ways and practical applications. And don't forget to look for objectives. INTJs love to have objectives. They really need to know why they're learning something. They want to have a predictable and systematized, organized teaching with rubrics, clear directions that are based upon those objectives.